welcome to Wrestling Gab. It's Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Night Smackdown. That's Dalitha. I'm Travis. And we going to get Lacey Evans back tonight?
I don't know, but that is the topic of discussion, right? Is Lacey Evans going to be back? There's a lot of rumors going around that she might be coming back, maybe making an appearance or something where they're at in, where are they at, Milwaukee or something like that?
Who knows?
Milwaukee?
Memphis, Milwaukee.
Somewhere.
Wisconsin.
Somewhere up in the, whatever you call it. But let's see, we got Film in the chat though. Hey, Film. We've got Walter out there with us. Hey, Walter. Sophie's with us. And Walter says, hey, Travis and Dalitha, SmackDown. Feels like it's Friday, and I know what that means. It's Friday Night SmackDown time.
It is that
also
time.
Says woo. And hello, Misty and Travis. Big hugs, big heart. Right back at you, Film. Film's all about WWE. Let's see. Sophie says, hi, guys. Did you see the tweet by Tony Khan saying that whoever hates AEW is a robot or something like that?
Oh, my gosh. It's hilarious.
That's pretty funny, coming from somebody who is basically following the footsteps of NXT crap. But, you know, hey, whatever.
He's like, everybody has to love it. I mean, we beat NXT 1 in the ratings, and now we are NXT 1, and now people don't like it? That's so weird.
I don't understand.
Can't comprehend it.
Robots!
Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, there's like, okay, who will start SmackDown? Maybe John Cena? I don't know.
That would be an interesting thing to see, but no. I
don't think so. I think John Cena's moved on to other things in his life. You know, maybe once in a while coming back, but I think he's busy.
They might be starting it out with a little bit of Charlotte. Charlotte.
Sophie says, we are getting an NXT call-up tonight, but with a different name. They usually do when they bring him up from the
That'll be interesting.
NXTs, depending on who it is. Walter says, where's the new kitten at? He is in timeout right now, Walter.
He is not in timeout. He's just in the other room.
He's is in his own little kitten room, playing around. He slept for the last 3 hours or so.
And now he's ready to go.
And now he's ready to be a cray-cray. And so being on air and trying to worry about him and the dogs isn't healthy for anybody, including him. So he is in his room with food and water and toys and stuff like that. So if we hear him yowling too much, we'll go in there and check on him. But he's pretty quiet, so.
He does good.
For being new, he's pretty good. Vindicator's in the chat says, hey, Vin. Sophie says, the reason Ronda lost to Charlotte is they want that feud to be a long-term thing for a few pay-per-views. James Howell's in the chat. Good. Hey, James says, yay. What are we yay about? Yay. Well, there's like, okay, LOL. And Vindicator says, so Trav and Dalitha, when is Wrestling Gab anniversary coming up?
The first week of August.
The first week of August.
That'll be 3 years.
Awful, yeah.
3 years of doing this.
Yes. Sophie says Vince gets made fun of, but he didn't say we are robots compared to what Tony Khan said. Sophie, that's from he is. Sophie, that's caused from somebody who knows the business, right? How long has Vince been around? Answer me that question.
4 days.
4 days?
Yeah, he's a rookie.
He has been around for how many years and doing wrestling, right? So he knows what it's like to have fans, be fans and still not like what you're doing. Just because somebody might say, oh, I totally hate AEW right now, that doesn't mean necessarily they're not a fan of AEW. They just might not like what you're doing. Like, for instance, we've watched AEW from the beginning, and I personally really liked it. I was like, oh, this is entertaining. This is pretty good. Then they started bringing all the old rejects from NXT that couldn't even make it, some WWE rejects and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I am not a big fan. I don't like it. I don't want to see those guys.
It is a lot harder to watch.
And I have a hard time watching it because I didn't like those guys in the other stuff.
It is a Ronda Rousey.
So why would I like them in this? Like, they didn't change. They're not different people. They came over as the same fucking people. Why would I like it? I don't. So that's just on me. That's just my reason why. Sophie says, so which pay-per-view will fall on your anniversary?
It's August. It will be the weekend after SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. Vindicator says, for the anniversary, so you should invite your 2 mystery guests to come back so that the human can play with the kitten. Walter says Ronda Rousey. And Sophie says, imagine if social media was around during the Attitude Era.
What was?
Imagine if social media was around during the Attitude Era.
There wouldn't have been an Attitude Era.
Yeah,
everybody's
it would have
really
never
soft
happened.
and very easily offended.
Everybody would have cried. Vindicator says, Travis, does Ronda look good in those jeans?
She fits in them just right, it looks like.
Is she wearing pants?
They look like they're a tight type of pant. Like they're made out of some sort of a stretchy
Lycra
fabric.
pants. She's wearing her stretchy pants.
Because they're shiny.
She's wearing her fancy, shiny, stretchy pants. We have Toasty Marshmallow down there with her. Instead of doing backstage ones, they're like, we should go out in the middle of the ring and do this.
Well, it's Ronda.
It makes a difference. Well, there's like Charlotte Flair, still champion. Boo.
She is. Definitely
She is a champion.
The queen is
Yay.
champion.
I'm so happy for that because I am not a fan of Ronda.
Charles Robinson was down, and then Charlotte immediately taps, which is just weird.
Right? Oh, don't break my arm.
Charlotte had a couple wardrobe malfunctions during that match.
Sophie says for some reason the WWE is going to split up Imperium by putting them on different brands, and one of them is staying on NXT.
Yeah, I would assume one of them will get cut, and then here, this year, maybe in the middle of the year. Because nobody really cares about the tag team, the Oni Larkin and the other guy, Danny Burch, I think is his name. But Gunther, however you say it. Gunter, he will stay. I think he's going to stay. That's probably why he lost to Braun. Because that should have been a lot better feud.
Yeah.
They just had him fight.
Sorry, did you give him his pill at 2:30?
I did. But I didn't feed him just now.
Oh, I'll run out and feed him while Ronda's talking then.
What?
I don't want to hear her talk. She's dumb. She dumb. Nobody likes her.
She lost to Charlotte. Not once, but twice.
Stop barking. Seriously, stop barking. Don't bark.
You don't get a rematch. You got to go to the back of the line. Ronda wants a rematch. No loopholes, no excuses. An I Quit match at WrestleMania Backlash. That's in 30 days. All right, Charlotte's in the back. I don't think Charlotte should accept. That doesn't even make sense, Charlotte. You couldn't beat me in checkers? Does that mean she's not smart? Is that what you're saying? Quitting is not my DNA. You know what is? Winning. So Charlotte might accept this.
Why would she accept it then?
The baddest woman on the planet is not a snappy catchphrase. It's a myth.
Okay.
He sleeps in pillowcases.
Dogs are fed. Yeah, I have to listen to her some more here. Yeah.
She said no, thank goodness. Now let's move on. Bring out Lacey. Let's start a new feud. Get in the back of the line.
Bitch.
Witch.
And then she winked at her. It's kind of weird.
She said witch. Both be.
Oh, yes. Vindicator says Ronda wearing her mom jeans with a mostly little girl's hairstyle. The pigtails are cool though.
The match isn't going to happen, Ronda. She said no. No means no. She doesn't respect no.
Well, no, she doesn't. But the general managers will make her do it, right? They'll be like, well, we feel that it's
no
best
means
for
no.
business.
They can't make somebody else say yes.
Walter says, I hear the dogs. Yeah. The back door was still open. So Naxos back there being a weirdo. Sophie says
Not
LA Knight is another name
uncommon.
rumored for a call-up, but he might be a manager.
I heard that. Wouldn't that be crazy? He's
Robbie
good.
says-
He'd be great at it. Who would he do?
Manaman's back.
Maybe
Manaman's.
maybe Big E, or not Big E, sorry, Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah.
Get my names right here.
Right? Hey, Robbie, nice to see you in the chat. Says Ronda has a ham roll. Walter says Flair backstage. Sophie says, is Ronda the female version of Goldberg with her thinking she deserves a rematch for the championship for no reason?
Yeah, basically.
Ha ha ha. Robbie's like, Ronda, don't be cutting the queue, fam. Robbie also says, Ronda, the baddest woman on the planet, give over. That's got bells on it. Sophie says, Raquel from NXT is rumored for a call-up with a different name.
That would be cool. I'm okay with it.
Oh, Butch is
Oh,
finally
up
making his
next,
debut.
Butch.
Versus Xavier Woods.
I guess he's no longer king.
I guess not. I guess he relinquished his crown. It doesn't make any sense. God, they are so willy-washy with shit. Hey, let's make a big deal out of this. He's going to be a big deal. You know what? He got broken, so we'll get rid of it.
We're gonna let you off the leash tonight.
Like a chew toy? That sounds terrifying. Anyways, Robbie's like, do you looking like AJ Styles with her hair down? Are
You know
saying I
who
look
he
like
is?
A dude?
You know who he is?
Rude.
He's the guy. Butch is the guy off of the Burbs.
Yes, he is. Or the angry Wachati man who goes around that's like their best warrior.
What's his name? Sammy Davis. It's Sam. I can't remember what his name is. He's hilarious.
Yes. Walter says Woods for the win. Vindicator says Ronda is not good with comebacks. Becky could probably give her some lessons when they eventually feud later this year. Sophie says they wanted Adam Cole as a manager before he left for AEW. Fight Night, is this the new stable for Sheamus? I don't know. Fight Club was
obviously.
taken, so...
It is Sheamus's group, so yes.
Rob is like, do you have similar long hair to AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
Yes.
Clap, 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 clap.
Exactly. Vindicator's like, Butch hat is ridiculous. Almost takes all the attention away from his feminine physique. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. It takes away from his feminine physique. That's it. That's exactly what it is. All right, here is a trivia question. What was the main event of the first episode of Raw?
No idea.
I don't know either. Pickle's in the chat. Hey, Pickle says, Heidi ho, neighbors. I'm skipping the smackety smack Don't Talk Back show. Yeah, you ain't gonna watch it tonight. You're done. You're like, eh. Or did you find something way more exciting to do?
Give it a break for a while.
Sophie says, it will be interesting this month on how many call-ups from NXT we are going to get across both brands. Bryce is in the chat. Hey, Bryce says, hey, Wrestling Gab. It's Friday. Woo! Definitely is Friday.
It is Friday.
That's so strange. Like, why people would, like, cry about their dominoes. It's like, I don't know. But it's like Butch has the old school London look going on.
Oh, is that what that is? Like a 1900s street gang? Like gangs in New York kind of style? It is the 1920s, or now it's the 2020s. 100 years later. Bring the style back. Bring back real men. Get us in suits again.
Piccolo says, movie trivia schmodown. It's a trivia show I frequent on YouTube. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like a fun Friday night. You having dinner with your movie trivia? Excuse me, sorry guys. Robbie says he looks like a chimney sweeper. Chim Chim Charu. He's totally from Mary Poppins.
I need to watch that.
He's what's his face on there.
If you're talking
Dick
about Mary
Van Dyke.
Poppins, I've never seen it.
Old Dick Van Dyke on Mary Poppins.
I
Chimmy True.
might have to watch it.
Sophie says this is supposed to be the reset for storylines and feuds after Mania.
It's the startup, it looks like. We got Charlotte Ronda one more time.
Walter says Shinsuke Nakamura will do single matches now his tag team partner is out. Well, he should, because he's technically a singles wrestler. Anyways. So it's fine that he does single wrestling.
Liv Morgan versus Sasha Banks tonight.
Oh, that's happening, huh?
That'll be interesting.
It's kind of weird that it's that far ahead. I don't like it.
It just is.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. How dare you?
You got to learn to accept it.
I don't want to
Because it's the best thing
anything.
going today.
Nothing. Now it says on the TV, Sasha Banks versus Liv Morgan.
I was hoping that would be fast. But maybe
that was a long time ago.
the Roku thing.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, I'm just thinking it's going to be slow with the
Smart
pay-per-views,
TVs
too.
are not smart.
Well, the
They're
one in the front
dumb.
room works just fine.
All right, so the answer to that trivia question was Undertaker versus Damien Demento. So I know a lot of you said Undertaker, but his opponent was Damien Demento. I don't know who that is, so.
Somebody that was very demento.
Somebody who made it so that he could be on the very first episode of Raw. That's for sure. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Walter says that. Sophie says, I watched a movie trivia Schmodown every once in a while. Vindicator says, oh yeah, some awkward funny news came out that NXT released Nash Carter right in the middle of MSK run as tag team champions.
They did.
Yeah, he's a bad person, supposedly, of
He
allegations.
shaved his mustache in the form of Adolf Hitler and did the arm out thing.
And that's why they got rid of him?
And his wife took a picture of it and posted it online.
Oh,
his
Lord.
ex-wife. And then she said that he beat her.
Oh my God, serious? Well, since he did this, then he beat me like I was in a concentration camp.
Right.
That's probably what she was really saying. What a dumb cunt. I hate women like that.
God.
Women like that should not be allowed to talk. They give a bad rap to those poor women who actually have domestic abuse happen to them, and it's real, and nobody takes it serious. She's the problem. Those kind of women are the problem. Or men. Because men do get abused, by the way. They do get abused.
Yes, it does happen.
Yes, it does, and I'm glad. You're never calling 911. You're never calling anything. Are you? You live in a basement.
Where's my little baby? Help.
Help me. Are you in trouble? Blink twice, sweetheart. Ha ha ha. The New Day's out there for all you people out there who love them.
New Day. Oh, they're saying they reset all the records.
Oh, because it's after
Mania.
WrestleMania? Interesting and weird. Rob is like, D or Gal Morgan versus Banks? Sure. Piccolo says, nope. You guys ever heard of Peaky Blinders? I have. It's like a show on Netflix, right? And I've seen like the cover, and he does remind me a lot of that. I just don't know the show, so I couldn't tell you, Piccolo, like the name of the movies or anything.
The New Day
Admiral
rocks.
Martha's in the chat with some
Martha.
beers. Hey, Admiral Martha.
Woo.
Sophie says, I'm surprised I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched isn't on any streaming surface.
It's just not.
It's just not.
So the first 3 seasons are on Amazon Prime.
That you can buy?
No. They're
They're free?
They're just there, yeah.
Of I Dream of Jeannie?
Yes.
Or the other one?
Bewitched, I don't know.
Okay.
I've not looked it up. But I will have them all recorded by Wednesday anyway. Of
Sweet.
Jeannie, so I can start watching.
Nice.
Whether you want to or not.
Oh,
Look at this, he's
cool.
double fisting
Why not?
it.
I don't care. Walter says, New Day rocks. New Day rocks.
That is the truth. They do rock.
Rob is like, yeah, Piccolo, I know that show. Vindicator says, so my favorite match of 2022 is coming later on. My girl Liv versus my honey Sasha. And it will not be distracted by their backsides, Travis. Whatever, Vindicator. You'll totally be distracted by their butts. You'll be like, oh my God, their butts. And then you won't know who won because you'll be staring at their butts.
You
the
just
whole
be
time.
like, oh.
Walter's like, oh, close, but I guess wrong. Yeah,
No,
if you guys were close.
told.
If you got half of it right. Admiral Martin says, I'm off duty tonight, and I'm glad that the winter is finally over, right? You don't have third winter?
Our third winter's coming this week.
Yeah.
Like today was 70. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 30.
Yeah.
For all week, it's going to be in the 40s and then a couple days in the 30s with
Ooh.
with snow.
Chilly.
I don't know how much is going to stick, but
Let's see. Pickle says, that's the aesthetic I believe they're trying to create with Pete Dunne and his new gimmick. They're 1920s hoodlums from Birmingham. Aren't they supposed to be from the slums of London or the slums of
Is Birmingham
Europe?
slummy?
What's the slummy part of London? What's the dirty,
Blackpool.
gross underhand? Liverpool, Blackpool.
Blackpool.
Oh, Blackpool is dirty. Travis made a comment, and the comment that Robbie made about it, or whoever, on something, and they were like, yeah, that's right. Sophie says they are going to crown new NXT Tag Team Champions this Tuesday. They're just going to crown them. They're just eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'm sure they'll have either
Catch a tag team
4-team
toe.
or a 3-team or a 2-team match.
Ravi says, D, I agree. Ravi says, D, how does the new chant go? Like, I don't know. I don't listen to crap. Pickle's like, it's a pretty gritty show. I just happened to see it recently and enjoyed it.
Pete Dunne's nose is busted. Oh, wait, Butch's
nose is busted?
Busted.
Like, is it broken or just broken open?
Can you imagine? He'd be the third one in the team with a broken nose. That'd be hilarious.
That would be pretty funny.
It's like their way to get in. You have to break your nose.
You have to get your nose broken.
It's the initiation.
Right. It's the initiation. It's what really happens. That Peaky Blinders, Pickle, yeah, I've looked at it. I'm like, hey, that looks like it might be pretty interesting. I've just never, clicked on it to watch it. Sophie says, is that the first time they mentioned Reset after Mania on WWE TV?
That I'm aware of.
Sure.
I thought maybe they were talking about a giant government reset.
That'd be great. Here is a trivia question. Who admitted to being the mystery man who attacked Enzo Amore numerous times backstage in 2017?
Carmella.
Yes, that definitely is a man.
She's married now. She identifies as a woman.
Does she? That's good to know. Robbie says, when's Bailey back? Don't know.
I thought she'd be back soon. Really soon, so I have no idea.
Either her recovery time's, not doing very good.
She was at the wedding. She didn't have any braces on or anything.
Doesn't mean anything. Sophie says, some shows are almost on every streaming service out there. Vindicator says, but that's so dumb. Nash tag partner is African American. His drunk, crazy friends must have gotten in his head, LOL. I guess.
No idea.
Pico says the winds have been picking up here. Good question, although I guess it's the slums, right? Is Birmingham the slums of London? Robbie, we need to know the answer to that.
I don't know London.
I need to know the grimy parts of London. Is it Birmingham? So he says, yesterday we had a tornado warning and bad rainstorms all day. Yeah, we've been watching the Masters, and they're in Georgia, and they had really bad rains, and then the day before they started, and it was so crazy when they would hit the ball down the fairway and they get out on the green, right? Next to the hole. It would just go thud.
Just dent it.
It wouldn't bounce like they usually do. It just went thud. And then it kind of maybe roll. But you could see all the divot holes everywhere.
Yeah,
it was funny. So
they patched them. They did a good job. But...
Yeah, so today we were watching it. They had really bad winds this morning. And so, the first people who went early today had a really shitty day, and then the people later on had great days because
the wind
stopped. But we were watching on the greens when they got done, and on the green, you could see all the patches of where they patched it from the holes that were made because of the denting. They did a really good job. It was pretty smooth, but it was funny. And there's just debris all over.
Leaves and sticks everywhere.
And stuff. Saved one guy from having a terrible mistake in his life.
Right. The old stick.
A stick helped him out, which I think is
now he's
good.
8 under.
Really? He got another one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Huh. That's just fucking crazy.
All right. Well, Butch is taking it to Xavier here. I guess we're calling him Xavier, no longer King.
Ravi says that some parts of North London are really grimy. But are they put into districts or something like that? Like sections?
Or wards?
Let's see. Ravi says Birmingham is not in London. LOL. Well, I don't know. I don't have a map of the UK in my head. I don't live there. I ain't from there.
It's in Alabama. Birmingham.
It's in Alabama. It is in Alabama. Sorry. My bad. I thought we were talking about Birmingham in the UK. But technically... it's Birmingham in Alabama. My bad. Yes, the answer to the trivia question was Big Cass. If you guessed Big Cass, you got it correct. Congratulations.
He was dating Carmella. That's why.
At that time.
That's why I said Carmella.
Let's see. Film says, I guess a new reset for the WWE. Stop. We know who that was. It was Big Cass. So it was like, is this the first time the WWE released a champion while they were holding a championship in the entire history of the WWE?
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I don't keep notes on that stuff. Possibly.
Maybe.
I mean, it's also NXT, so it doesn't really count. So I'm trying to think if there's been any main roster talent that's lost their titles. I mean, Dolph Ziggler quit one time. Remember, he was champion and he quit? But then he didn't really quit, so he just forfeited his title for no reason. I remember that.
That's kind of...
Whoa! Like a Judas effect type forearm there. Big boot. Woods has got to break his nose. He needs to get in. Pete Dunne. Oh, shit.
Who was like, bada boom, hey, realest guy in the room.
Oh, he can't hear. He must have blown that eardrum. Butch in trouble. Another boot. What's it all about?
I don't know. What's it all about?
They're honestly calling this guy Butch. I mean, seriously.
That's his name.
I get it, but
he is somebody who is formerly known as something else, but he is really now Butch.
Now watch, he starts headbutting him here. It's brutal.
Film says, such a terrible year for WWE in 2017 for Enzo Big House to break up. Film's like, Misty, the answer is Big House. Got it. Robbie says, Birmingham. Oh, I read that one. Sophie says, how are you enjoying the beginning of baseball season so far? We watched the opening pitch.
I did watch a couple pitches. It's doing all right. I like to see some of my minor leaguers up on the main roster already. Mm-hmm. That don't hurt anything.
Nope. Vindicator says, Robbie, have you ever met those Buckingham guards that never move, not even to go to the bathroom? Says, I think Butch has...
Oh, by the way, Woods won. So Butch is no longer undefeated, if he ever had a match before. So he's 0-1.
With a fruit roll-up, of course. Fruit roll-up! That's called a fruit roll-up, sir. Not quick. Pat McAfee. It's called fruit. Fruit.
Pete Dunne's just smacking the shit out of everybody. Look at him.
There's all sorts of mad.
Now he's headbutting.
Bum's like, I think Butch has blood on his nose. He does.
He does. He's had it there
like
the whole evening.
He has like a little cut or something on it. Bum says, not coming out his nose, but right between his eyes. Yes. He has blood on his nose. Got it. Robbie says, I've been past the Buckhouse and all that. It's really not that exciting. You know, the only thing I think I'd really find exciting about it is the architecture.
Yes.
I mean, the architecture has to be phenomenal. Like, there's just so many architectural things that are just so cool over in Europe because of how old it is that it's just amazing. That people could come up with that stuff.
I want to go to Broad Street and see the pump. Is the Broad Street pump still there? Does anybody know the story of the Broad Street pump? It's like it's a
Street pump. Isn't that the one that had
the poop in it?
Yes,
that poisoned everybody.
That poisoned everybody in that district.
And they thought it was the next Black Plague.
Right.
But it was just poop leaking into their water.
Uh-huh.
True story.
It is a true story. Vindicator says, Travis, why did wrestlers name a slam after Alabama?
Probably because it debuted there or somebody from there made it famous.
Sophie says, how far is London from Idaho?
I would say 8,000 miles.
A whole country?
And then an
plus
ocean.
An ocean. So whatever that is.
And then Ireland. And then we'll be there.
Plus another country. Bobby says, I don't live in London. I live an hour and a half away from it. Nobody said you lived in London. Anyways, I never said you lived in London. Daz Reynolds is in the chat. Hey, Daz says, do you think we will see Goldberg or Rock back soon?
No.
Carlito is in the chat. Hey, Carlito says, what's up? What's up? Here's a trivia question for you real quick. Who was the author of The List? Vindicator says, they want to answer that survey question. Delete that. Is Sami Zayn a hero or jackass? LOL.
Hero. He's a Canadian hero or an American jackass. Whatever you want to call that.
Not sure what he is.
In Canada, he's a national icon. But in America, he's a jackass.
Right. Ravi's like, there is better places to go in London. Technically, Ravi, I would have to say there's probably better places to go in England per se. Like, I mean, London would be fun to, like, go and see some certain things, but after that, it'd just be like, whatever. And then it would be better to go where you wouldn't see tourists really, like, something that's not on the main tourist route kind of stuff.
I want to go see the Wood.
Because who wouldn't want to go see, like, yeah, I want to see where Robin Hood was allegedly.
Yeah, I want to go to the Wood.
You know, that kind of stuff. Like, who
We
would
put
wanna
an
go
S
see
on
that?
the end of it, but there they don't. So we call it the Woods, but they call it the Wood.
The Wood.
I want to go to the Wood.
I want to go to the Wood. What's in the country? Piccolo says the economic class of the Shelbys, which is the family in Birmingham, seem to be working class who have a reputation of dirty laundering, like betting on races, selling firearms, and a legitimate pub.
Oh, selling firearms is pretty cool if you're into illegal things.
Yeah, Walter's like, good SmackDown. Okay, at 9:15 p.m. my time. I'm going to be here Monday for Raw. Piccolo says, because it's easier than saying Tennessee or Mississippi or Arkansas, LOL.
An Arkansas Slam, that'd be pretty cool. Or Mississippi Slam. That one actually sounds cool.
Bobby says, when I was going to London a lot, it was for concerts and parks and raves and day drinking. Not surprising for you, Robbie.
Day drinking.
So he says, what did I miss after the Woods Butch match?
Nothing. A commercial.
I went straight to commercial, basically.
That's where
Piccolo
we're at.
says, I'm thinking that some of the names of the gangsters are based on historical people, kind of like Al Capone in Chicago. Maybe. Robbie says, you want to go to Nottingham for Robin Hood. Exactly, right? Nottingham. Sophie says, did you hear what happened with Sunny this week? She ended up killing someone's.
3 people or something. Yeah, I heard that.
She ended up killing someone's?
Yeah.
Someone's what?
She killed people.
Someone's.
That means more than one person.
Does it?
Someone's dog? Someone's
Someone's.
children?
It's
Anyways, yeah, she
the
did.
grammar of it is that it's ownership. So someone's what?
Human. Someone's
Someone's
life.
other human.
But anyways, you know who Sunny is? She's that bothered wrestler that's kind of always in the news for drinking and drug problems. She was really pretty in the early 2000s.
I have no idea who she is.
Anyways, her name was Sunny, and she has an alcohol problem, and she had a DWI and killed 3 people, I guess. Or 3 people died. I don't know if she killed all of them.
Due to her negligence
That's what
and
it looks like.
decision making. Carlito says that, yes, we'll tell you the answer to the trivia here.
Ooh, what is it?
Robbie says, yeah, man, day drinking is fun at times.
Been there.
It depends on what you're doing, but yeah, most of the time it's like going to the river or the lake or
Nothing
whatnot.
funner than floating a river all day and drinking. The coolest part is you never have to stop to pee.
Ew.
And you know nobody's peeing on themselves because that's disgusting. It's just the water lets it seeps out of your pores.
Ew, so gross.
Went on a 14-hour river trip. Everybody
You're like,
was
wow, I
drinking.
never had to pee.
Everybody was drinking like a case of beer.
And nobody stopped.
Nobody peed once.
That's so
I would like to think my friends weren't peeing on themselves, but
And then you floated through it. Everybody's peeing. That's
well,
so
I mean the river
gross.
was warmer than it should have been, but it's fine.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Old Smackdown. Pat McAfee.
Nicole's like, yeah, Robbie, I mean, that's what the big cities are for. Letting your hair down. Walter's like, poor Sonny's still in jail. Nicole's like, yes. Ayla's like, someone's laughing. No, Travis. Someone's shoe killed someone. Just not with an S. Walter's like, hey, Ayla. And Sophie says, I meant someone. Stupid. I know you meant someone, honey. I'm sorry. It's just funny. I love it when autocorrect happens. Because it sounds so funny when I read it. I'm just like, killing someone's door? Grass? Someone's what? What?
Hamster.
She unalived people. There you go. She unalived people. Not in a good way. totally not in a good way. They're just showing some highlights from the Sami Zayn and what's his face, jackass guy.
Yes.
Johnny
John
Knoxville
Knox.
match that happened at WrestleMania. They're showing the wee little man that came out. It's so creepy.
He gets kicked right in the face. I thought it was Layla Hirsch when I first seen it.
Right?
I was like, oh, she turned over.
It was like, hi, Walter. And Bobby says, LOP, Cole, just undo your ponytail. Because, like, I've had the worst sunburn from floating trips. Good times. Right? Because what the fuck is sunscreen? It was like she killed some bodies would work. She killed someone's body. Robbie's like, Ayla, learn to spell then. Sophie says, do you see them doing Cody versus Roman for Mania Backlash? And
No.
It's been rumored that Cody's supposedly making an appearance on
He could be here tonight.
SmackDown. Maybe. So.
Backlash, I feel like, is a little too early. But, I mean, they could if they want to rush everything. I would like to see... I love how they edit things.
Oh. Edit so he doesn't look like a dork. Let's see. Ayla's like, I refuse, Ravi. Ravi says, Ayla, I refuse to believe. And Ayla says, me too, Ravi. In soap, it's not real. Daz Reynolds says, what do you think about the Hardys going for the AEW Tag Championship belts soon?
Let it happen. More WWF guys. WWE. I think they were there in the WWF times.
Sophie says, wow, for the first time in a couple of years, nobody got released after Mania. Pico says, Ayla, that's how world wars start, confusing text and misinterpretations. Carlito says, what's the answer? I'll tell you right now. It is Chris Jericho. If you guessed Chris Jericho, you got it right.
You just made the list.
Robbie says, hello, Ayla, of course it's not real. Ayla's like, very true. Walter says, the answer to trivia is, I told you. Pico says, laughing my ass off, soap operas are the worst.
He wants his respect back. Uh-oh. Whoever comes to that door next.
God. He wants whoever's going to come out the men's locker room door. Yeah, let's go. Whoever walks out the door he's getting a match with, he's all for it.
Drew McIntyre.
And who's it going to be? It's Drew McIntyre.
Of course it is.
Sammy's like, God damn it.
I didn't see it down here, by the way.
Drew's like, what? He's like, what's going on? The person after. He's like, no. 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 It was your idea. This is happening. It's happening.
Nice.
It's official, and it's taking place tonight. You're lucky. So lucky. Right?
Yes.
There you go. You'll beat him.
Beat him.
Sophie says, now who do
Samantha
you put Sami
Irvin.
Zayn in a feud with leading into Mania Backlash?
So
now?
here's the Imperium guy. So we're going to probably get Walter.
Gunter?
Gunter.
Adam
whatever.
Pearce is getting a note from somebody.
Oh,
That's creepy.
what's it say on the back? Adam Postman Pierce?
Oh,
From Rhonda.
Rhonda wants to meet with Adam Pearce, huh?
Ludwig.
She's like sending notes. It's kind of fucking dumb.
Ludwig something? I don't think that's his.
Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser.
Is he singing? I'm pretty sure that's a different name. But I could be wrong. It is. Making his Raw or SmackDown debut.
There. Ludwig Kaiser.
That's what I was looking for.
Kaiser.
And then obviously Gunther is Gunther.
Gunter. Yes, Carlito says I got it right.
It's
It was, like,
here.
in the hospital. People was like, wait, we watch male soap operas?
He's
Walter's like,
in all red. Is this something to do with the Soviet Union stuff?
I don't know. Ayla says, yeah, you do, fat Lisa. Ha ha. Vindicator's like, LOL at Sammy wanting to choose door number 2. Sophie says Brock is also scheduled for the next 2 pay-per-views. Russell McIntyre's in the chat with an evil devil face. Piccolo says, I had the biggest crush on Erica Kane when I was growing up. Who's Erica Kane?
Doi. I have no idea.
I don't know who she is.
So I remember just 6 months ago, people were talking about when he gets up to the main roster, he's going to be the guy that beats Roman Reigns because they want homegrown talent. Blah, 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 blah.
It's Ring General Gunter. He's the Ring General.
He is the ring general.
You know.
He's a
Carlito's like,
stud.
who's this? Well, Ludwig is one of the Imperium guys.
But was that his name in NXT?
but I don't know what his name was in NXT.
I think his name was...
People says she's probably some 70-something now, shaking my head. I don't even know who Erica Kane is, so I can't even help you people. It was like The Days of Our Lives. What's the other one Grandma would watch and record on VHS?
General Hospital?
She said General Hospital.
Oh.
The Days of Our Lives. What's the other one? Was there another one besides those two?
The Young and the Restless. What was the other one? I'm trying to remember other ones.
It's so funny because we talked about these not too long
Yeah,
ago.
because there's so many. You know, if you binge watch General Hospital, you would never finish it.
And Sophie says, who? Robbie's like, the ring announcer is Bray's girlfriend.
No, it's not.
The ring announcer is
It's
not
Ricochet's.
It's Ricochet's girlfriend.
Samantha Irvin or whatever.
Yeah. Carlito says Imperium. Yes. Robbie says, Ayla, why are you watching that? Travis Ayla's like, I'm not. I said my grandma. Vindicator says, Ayla, you should come back on camera for Wrestling Gab anniversary show and host the chat with Travis Delitha and the real star of the show, the kitten. Walter says, it's Gunter. And Robbie says, SmackDown is dying tonight. Sophie says, Gunter and Fabian Archer. I thought Fabian Archer were going to debut it with a new name. So is that Fabian then?
His name was Ludwig Kaiser.
So if that was Fabian, his name on the main roster is Ludwig Kaiser. And say it with a German accent.
Ludwig
right.
Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Isn't Kaiser like poop or something? No,
Kaiser is Kaiser Permanente. It used to be like this huge insurance place. Robbie's like, Ayla, you need to get out more. Ayla's like, yeah, I guess so. Film's like what? Pico says, which one? Wrestling or soap operas? Ayla's like, both.
Same thing.
Carlito's like, Cody Rhodes versus Miz next Monday. Oh, God, no. Please no. Walter's like, Gunter was Walter in NXT and NXT UK until he changed his name to Gunter in NXT regular.
He did it before he came up.
Picola says, nope, either Fabian Archer or Marcel Barthel. I don't know who those are.
I feel like all SmackDown has is heels. That's all. That's it. There's no baby faces.
Ayla's like, all my children, I think. Philip says, no, Travis, if you look closely, it's Germany. Oh, are you talking because of the red stuff?
Oh.
You were talking about the red stuff for Russia.
I don't know what color. I just figured the black would look cool.
They have German flags on their outfits. Vindicator says, hey, Walter, are you upset they changed Gunter's name from such a memorable one that he had before? Films like Germany flag. Sophie says, baseball is going to be on Apple TV Plus on Friday nights. Walter says, yes, Vin. And Carlito says, my name is Gunter. Is that? It was like General Hospital has 14,000 episodes. You're welcome.
Oh, I know. I've looked this up, and they're like an hour each, or like 40 minutes or something. Yeah. It would take you something like 9 years if you watched it 24 hours a day or something.
And by the way, your mom still records them.
Still?
Yes. She wanted me to make sure it was recording on her DVR when I went over there.
Yeah, she still watches it.
Just so you know. She still records it. Sophie says Imperium usually have 3 guys in it. Yeah, but so 2 of them are coming up, but they're separated. The 3rd guy is staying in NXT, so we don't know if that's a possible cut or something. So yeah.
Well, they broke up anyways last night, or whatever night that was.
Pico says, night. So they didn't bring up all 3?
No.
Lame. No.
They had already broke them up on Tuesday.
Robbie says the guy looks like stiff as an ironing board. Well, he's German, honey. They usually are. Sophie says, my grandma watches General Hospital and my mom goes in and out of watching it. And Walter says trivia is good. Yeah.
Look up the episode Luke marries Laura, so the wedding, Luke and Laura's wedding, and look how many people watched that.
Millions.
It was like half the country at the time.
D the original 31 is in the chat, says, what's up, y'all? What's up?
What's up?
D the original.
My sister had to stay home from school to watch that. My mom wouldn't let her go to school.
That's funny. It was like 1963 is when it started. Jeez, Graham watched them all.
Oh, yeah.
Film says, it's Bloody Gunter. No, I meant Bloody Walter. He's no longer Walter, isn't he? He's no longer Walter. Sophie says, if you watch every season of The Simpsons, it would take you months to binge watch every month.
Yeah.
Carlito says, 2 backbreakers to
Travis.
Travis.
Who is this guy?
Joe Alonzo. He is a very mean-looking little kid. I don't like it when they do these kind of
The squash match. It's a local squash talent.
Very strange.
A Gunther.
Very strange.
So most of wrestling fans are going to see him for the first time right now.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about NXT. They don't know anything about NXT UK. This is the
Gunter?
first time they're watching him.
Oh,
So,
yes.
oh shit.
Carlito says, who's this Joe Alonzo? By the way, Carlito gave
Oh,
you
God.
2 backbreakers. Just
Oh, no!
so you know. Yeah.
Twice.
Vindicator's like, Sasha, Naomi, Xylee, New Day, Drew, Rick Boogs, and Ricochet are considered baby faces.
So, yeah, I meant like for the dudes. But yeah.
Philip says, man, WWE changing someone's wrestling name is full of crap. Why would you do that, WWE?
Butch.
Because they're
Gunther.
not on the same brand anymore, my
They
friend.
want to. So Triple H didn't really mind if they kept their names from where they were from. And so WWE likes to patent them so they can't use them anywhere else. And so if they want to come up to the main roster, they got to change their name to something that WWE can patent.
Yeah. So if they ever want to go back, like, let's say he wants to go back to being Walter, like, he can.
Oh, he could.
So he can go
He
back
would
to
just
being...
have to give it to WWE, the name.
No. He
Okay.
could leave WWE and he could go back
Yes.
to being Walter
Yes.
as a wrestler. He wouldn't have to, he could never be Gunter anywhere else, though.
Right.
He would always have to be, he couldn't be Gunter
Right.
ever again. Somewhere else outside of WWE.
This poor guy is just getting smashed like he
He's
should
getting his
have.
ass beat. Ravi says, Ayla, you need a new hobby, LOL.
By the way, if you guys don't know who this guy is, if you looked up pictures of him just over a year ago,
He was
you
really
would
kinda
see he was
chunky.
just a big fat guy.
He's lost a lot of
He's
weight,
looking good,
hasn't he?
and he's getting bigger and
I was
stronger.
going to say that, and then I got sidetracked, by the way. I was going
Yeah.
to say, holy crap, is that the same guy? Because he's lost
He's
so
put
much
in a
weight.
ton of work so he can make the main roster. This is good for him.
I think he looks fabulous. His face is so chiseled, it's creepy.
Big power bomb. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. Looks better when
Poor
Jade Cargill
Joe
does it, but it's
Alonzo.
fine. You know, lays on the other human
Oh, yeah.
with their private parts touching.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
All right, there he is. Gunther.
Old Gunter. It's Gunter, not Gunther.
It's gonna be a
Gunther.
year-long process.
Gunter. So if it says the Bloodline versus Imperium, that would be an interesting feud. Walter says Gunter for the win. Quick match. He did win, Walter. So yeah, quick. Ravi says this guy isn't going to do well on the main roster.
I don't think so. Already they put him in these weird squash matches. It's not gonna work.
And here's like funny how the jobber Gunter is whooping looks like another NXT the stooge known as future AEW champion Adam Cole.
Hey, look, with her name, Raquel Gonzalez on the main roster. With her name.
And it's Toasty Marshmallow. She's on the TV on our side anyways. Why do we
There it
have
is.
a big TV? Oh, look. Los Lotharios are like, ooh, who's this lady?
They changed her last name to Rodriguez.
Yes, her last name is now Rodriguez.
So they did
Raquel
change it.
Rodriguez. I think it's good, though, because now when she leaves, she can always use Raquel Gonzalez.
Yes. Look at. They're going to give her double kisses.
Can I help you? Hello.
Excuse me,
Kayla.
Kayla. Kayla Rodriguez.
Let's just introduce ourselves.
It's almost like he
lethal
doesn't
lovers.
have a Spanish
Lethal
accent,
lovers.
does it?
Yeah, it's weird. Angel? Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries hard at it.
I think he's trying to speak it. He might just be an American dude.
She said no.
Not a chance. She translated it for us. Not a chance. She don't want those kisses.
She's like, yeah, no, thanks. Yeah.
Whatever. She's just jealous.
She loves it. She's like,
Toasty
oh my God, they're
Marshmallow's
so
just jealous.
adorable. So adorable.
So Happy Corbin's show here.
He's going to have some people on it. Is that what's
I
gonna
think it's just going to be Madcap.
happen? Oh. It's going to be on his show?
Yeah, right now.
That's it?
I think.
Why is he getting all angry?
Which one?
Madcap. He's like, all rawr.
Well, these two are going to fight each other.
Happy Corbin's like, oh, seriously, I hate you so badly.
Well, he had a bad weekend. He lost, and he lost his move that has never been kicked out of.
Yeah, which is gay.
He does have a fancy little mustache, though.
It's always, you know, he reminds me of in his shirts and his hat and his white pants. The guy off of Something About Mary.
Yeah, I was just going to say. And he has the same mustache.
I know, he has the same mustache. He just needs capped teeth and we're all good. Sophie says General Hospital is the only ABC soap that didn't get canceled out of all the soap operas that ABC canceled about 13 years ago. Robbie says Joe Alonso, he's never getting called up again. And Robbie says this guy is terrible, fam. Film says yes, Miss D, true, that makes sense. And Walter says Gunter wins. Sophie says remember AW haters, we are robots. Pico says I will never understand the whole transition to the main roster. It doesn't apply to everyone. Sophie says Will Smith got banned from going to all award shows for the next 10 years.
I didn't hear about that. I did hear the Oscars for 10 years, but...
Or whatever it was he was at. What was that?
Oscars.
Was it the Oscars?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still around, believe it or not.
I wish it wasn't. See what happens when you keep things around too long? Shit happens.
Somebody just gets up and smacks somebody that didn't even like him in the first place. It's weird.
Walter's like, Gunter worked out trimmer now. Yes, he is a lot trimmer. That's very true, Walter. Sophie says, I don't understand why they change people's names from NXT to the main roster. We just explained it. Like, rewind the tape. You're going to have to, because I'm not saying it again. Fuck
Maybe
it.
she typed that before we explained it.
Film says it's Raquel Gonzalez. Vindicator says hope Raquel takes the belt from Spawn. Robbie says Raquel looking to get her rack out. Wait, we talked about it before Raquel even came out.
Okay. Were you telling me about Raquel's rack?
We talked about it while Gunter was out there. That's when we talked about it. Picola says C, and Sophie says, wow, we got 3 NXT call-ups. Film says she's here on SmackDown. Film says Gonzalez. Yeah, but she's now...
It's now Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Don't disrespect her last name.
Walter says good second generation in WWE. Sophie says remember Walter, a.k.a. Gunter, was part of that Survivor Series match when NXT was involved in 19 or 18. Carlito says poor Joe Alonso. Yes, Joe Alonso.
Oh, Joe Alonso.
Poor Joe. All right, here's a trivia question. Seth Rollins defeated John Cena for which WWE championship at SummerSlam 2015?
Dun 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 dun. Who? What belt is it?
I don't know. People have said repackaging something that works. What a load of shit. Right? It's
That's
so
how you
weird.
do
It is weird. Pico's like, I won't get riled up. I'm just stating some facts. Facts.
Facts don't care about feelings.
They don't. They do not care about feelings. Walter says that was Giant Gonzalez's niece or daughter.
Stepdaughter, yes.
So Giant Gonzalez's stepdaughter. Pico says, I know, right, Sophie? How come we as fans are supposed to forget NXT people having a gimmick and they just want you to drop it? Sophie's like, I'm surprised Dakota Kai didn't get called up first before Raquel since she has been in NXT forever.
Kills me. But she does have a match against Mandy coming up next Tuesday. Maybe she can win that championship and then they'll bring up, all of the Toxic Attraction.
Well, they can't because Toxic Attraction is the tag team champions again.
They can lose their belt.
Okay. Robbie says this SmackDown is slow tonight. Pico says, I ain't no active listener. I can only type words. Pico says, Florida man, do what he wants. Sophie says, Gunter has been ready for the main roster for a long time. Carlito says, heavyweight. Robbie says, I don't care what her name is. Just get in the ring and fight. Walter's like, U.S. Championship. Oh, that's your answer to the trivia question. My bad. Justin Ramdas is in the chat. Hey, Justin says, you told me I will be back. I am back. Thanks. Welcome back. We appreciate it, Justin. I'm glad we told you that you would be back.
You'll be back.
And you came back. So you didn't prove us wrong. It's always a plus. Robbie says, Pico says the 24/7 9/11 I-95 Marvel multi-universe heavyweight title. Sorry, D.
That's probably it.
I'm sure that is the answer to the trivia question. I don't know otherwise. So there you go. As Pico says, you want a cookie?
Ew. Guy had like 1,000 spiders on him.
That guy had 1,000 spiders?
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
911 is trying to get you to have panic attacks.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. They don't like people with arachnophobia. That's all I can come up with.
I don't know.
We don't play no game.
Robbie's like, D came back. Yeah, I don't know why.
The very
Sophie's
next
like,
day.
most of the people in NXT 2.0 have been there when Triple H was in charge of NXT.
Right, and now Vince is embarrassing them all or getting rid of them all. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's just next in the embarrassment chain.
Who's this guy?
His name's Gunther.
Oh, Gunter. I don't know. He kind of fits Vince's kind of mold that he likes a
He
little
could.
bit.
He does look a lot like Cody.
So I don't know. Piccolo's like, Ravi's back. Yeah, I don't know why he came back either. Just kidding. Justin says, so what title is more prestigious?
Out of what?
Carlito said, what's the question? Oh, dude, it's too late. Now I have to give the answer. The commercial is over. It's the United States Championship.
So is he going all depressed again?
Maybe.
You can't go bleh if you're happy.
Celebrating my victory at WrestleMania right now, but we're not. Walter says, boo, happy Corbin show. And Robbie says, Piccola, did you leave? LOL. Walter's like, yes, got it. Carlito, the trivia question was Seth Rollins defeated John Cena for which WWE Championship at SummerSlam 2015? And the answer was United States Championship. There. That was the answer.
This week when I was on my yacht, he looked over the horizon.
Why does he have hats on a hat rack on there? That's such a weird thing to put on.
Because it's just what gentlemen do.
That's strange. But he still has his hat on.
I feel like it's... See? Madcap. He's turning on him.
It's totally your friend's fault.
It should be himself, but he's not going to keep blame on himself.
Because like, nope, I'm on the Idaho ranch with Matthew and Ayla.
See?
Which pen are you in again? I forgot. Robbie's like, Happy Corbin blaming others for his failure. That's as it should be, Robbie. I blame you for all my failures, by the way. Sophie says, oh boy, here's another tag team breakup. Carlito says, trivia, who's the NWO Wolfpack guy? Justin says, between the WWE title and the Universal title, what title is more up there?
WWE. Just because it's older.
Water.
That belt goes all the way back. So they're all cheering Madcap, huh? So he's going to be the baby face?
Happy Corbin is not a happy camper right now. I think he's angry.
Oh, tell him a joke.
I don't think that's
his sign says congrats. It's supposed to say congrats. It says congrats.
Co-rats? Oh, God.
Co-rats.
Carlito says the answer is Conan. Well, I wouldn't know that. I don't know any of the NWO Wolfpack guys. Sorry, Carlito.
What's the question?
It was, who's the NWO Wolfpack guy? I don't know. Rob is like, D, I wouldn't expect anything less from you. Well, I have to blame somebody in my life, and I figured that you were the best choice for that. Vindicator says, with all these NXT call-ups, they should bring Shane McMahon back and create SmackDown Underground just to do something fresh for this stale show.
Corbin is just not happy tonight.
Oh, I give you everything.
They're all kind of flat.
They're stale. It's just stale. Then, like the show's jokes are stale. Pickle says, I watched a reaction to Logan earlier today. It always hits me in the feels. Are you talking about Logan like the movie? Like with Wolverine Logan?
Yes, I'm sure that's who he's talking about. Because you had a reaction to him.
Oh. Justin says, can Drew beat Roman?
Yes. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the history, but I don't see it happening, but it could be that guy.
Oh, God. He's going to say something stupid. Ew.
Roman Reigns.
Oh, bummer.
Well, they're fighting. So, there's
Justin
that.
says, can Drew beat Roman? No. I don't think so.
You just read the same question twice. I answered it yes, and you said no.
Oh, sorry. Sophie says, after Vince took charge of NXT, a lot of the fans gave up watching it for whatever reason. Because it's not run by Triple H and, stuff like that.
Everybody that would have watched it's watching NXT 1.0, which is over on,
AEW.
TBS now?
Yes.
On Wednesday nights. There is a big old brawl going on here, though.
So I guess Madcap is trying to take out Corbin, but so he's going to get his ass beat.
Corbin's a beast, so it should be an interesting feud here. But that means Madcap's a babyface now? That's just weird.
I guess.
This breakup makes no sense.
It's dumb.
They weren't friends long enough.
Right?
For it to matter.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the two nerds of the school breaking up. Like nobody cares.
Right? Like, we don't care what's happening.
Corbin trying to hit him with a balloon.
Oh, jeez. Then here says, plus Underground is the only way Moss and Ronda will become legitimate champions in their specialized environment. Pickle says, Ravi, you're always blamed by proxy. What's up with that? Ravi's like Madcap getting rinsed. Ravi says, Ella Piccolo D just likes to blame the little guy. That's because you make it so much easier. It was like, glad to know Fat Lisa is still on the ranch. Sophie, when are you moving in? Vindicator's like, Travis wins a hypothetical match. No McMahon politics involved between Gunter versus Roman.
Roman.
There you go. Justin says, gonna sleep, people. Bye, people. Love you guys. 100. Thanks, Justin. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Boss.
We really appreciate it. Get that sleep. Get some good stuff. Get that serotonin. It's good for you.
Stare at the sun on its way down.
Ravi says, Ayla, you and Sophia are going to be roommates. Sophie says, they have been hinting at this breakup for months. Ayla's like, nope, Ravi, she'll have her own pen. I'm not sure if they've been really hinting at it quite that thickly for them to break up like this.
Jinder Mahal coming out next. That's cool.
Oh my god, he hates his hats. He's like a little kid throwing a tantrum out there. What a weirdo. Like, what the hell? Oh, jeez.
Well, that just happened. Now we got Ronda Rousey out there. Wackadoodle.
Jinder Mahal's very angry at Adam Pearce for him not getting chances. Oh, it's nothing personal. I think it's personal. I think you're racist, Adam Pearce. You don't like people from India. That's why.
Yes, that's it.
I think it is. Pretty sure. He probably doesn't follow the Great Khali either. He's such a jerk.
I'd have to look at his
Adam
Instagram.
Pearce is a jerk.
There's Ronda.
I wasn't finished.
She stares him down. Let's get out of here. She's so tough.
Oh my god, she looked at me. I'd be like, bitch, go eat your face somewhere else.
No. Make her earn it. Tomorrow. Demand an answer tonight, Ronda. Or you walk. What the fuck's happening tomorrow?
Nothing. It's Saturday. Ah, it's on tonight. Sasha Banks versus Liv Morgan. Every wet dream for all you weirdos out there. Sickos.
You calling Vin a weirdo?
Yes, I am. Well, he's scared of trees, so yeah, he is kind of a weirdo. Anyways, right now it's Drew McIntyre coming out to beat the fucking crap out of Sami Zayn. That's probably going to happen.
Poor Sammy. Hopefully he can figure out a way to win
with
this.
His sword, because he uses his weapon against everybody, which he shouldn't even be allowed to have.
It's a prison shank.
His prison shank.
How'd he sneak that in? He keistered it.
Carlito's like, nerds. We are breaking up fully. Good. Vindicator says Moss should team up with Butch and call themselves the Suspender Street Hustlers.
Yes.
Jesus. Pickle's like, haha, what can I say? I like the chicken cubes and mushroom picking. It's very calming and relaxing, isn't it, Pickle? It's like very like...
It's very down to earth.
In with close with nature. Robbie says, nah, Ayla, you can't be trusted. She's going to look after you. It was like, oh yeah, the mushrooms are almost back in season. Robbie's like, Rona is just a prat. Phil says, oh no, here comes Ronda. Vindicator's like, hope Liv versus Sasha is the main event. Give me a reason to stick around until the very end. Admiral Martha in the chat says Corbin attacking Moss felt like an episode of the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah. You know, it's not going to be for whoever just asked for that to be the main event. It's going to be Roman Reigns. He's addressing the crowd and telling us what's next for him.
Vindicator was asking.
Then it's definitely not going to be the main event.
Be
it
Roman,
might be the last match.
They'll probably be the last match of the night, so technically they are the main event of matches, but they aren't going to be the main event of SmackDown. Here's a trivia question for you real quick. Who was the first member of the Heenan family?
Who?
Sophie says Roman is going to appear on both brands for a while until a new champion gets introduced for Raw. Pico says, I heard from another wrestling show that it would be a cool scenario to add Rhea Ripley to Edge's stable. Would you guys enjoy that?
Yeah, Rhea and Bliss. Just add them both.
Bliss too?
Why not? It'd be cool.
Not Liv. What are you doing with her? Just throwing her out to the dogs? Like,
I just think Bliss is a little darker. She'd fit in better.
I guess. Sophie says Seth Rollins said in an interview that Raw being 3 hours is obnoxiously long. Ayla says, Vin, why are you afraid of trees? And Walter says Drew McIntyre for the win.
What I would like to see him do with Raw, if they can, is do 2.5 hours of the wrestling like they do. And then the last half hour is commercial free and a main event. So every week, the last half hour, there's no commercials and it's just a wrestling match.
That'd be great. Yeah.
It would speed it up.
It would make it a lot better, for sure.
And just do it, whoever's the sponsor just pays for, instead of having commercials, it's just like a Kit Kat bar on the side of the screen or something.
Vindicator says, yes, Ayla, he's afraid of trees. And they are full of poisonous insects and feathered predators. Pico says, is it just me, but it's very scarce booking when you have male and female wrestlers in a stable, unless there's some relationship involvement.
I like, yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That'd be kind of weird, huh? So like AEW is the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny.
Right. And she never gets pushed, and she should. I believe that she should, but they never do push her.
Plus tree sap looks all gross.
Oh, it's very sticky, too.
It is very sticky. It was like, so you're afraid of birds and bugs, not the trees. Oh, no. So he's actually afraid of trees. So he was going on a run. Okay, this happened. And he told us in chat what happened. So he went on a run, and he literally fell into a tree. Or rather, the tree jumped out in front of him and attacked him, and he had to get stitches. It was horrible. Just horrible. And so he's been scarred ever since.
And nobody's forgot. She's nobody.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I am nobody for everybody. Sophie says TBS is going to have a new leader and it might affect AEW TV deal next year.
Whoa.
A new leader? What do you mean
a new president?
Like somebody who's like running the channel, like the company. Sophie's like, I'm scared of clowns and heights. We know somebody else who's scared of clowns. His name's Brandon. Terrified of them. Sophie says, who would win, Cody versus Edge? Oh, God.
Cody.
They should make Cody win that.
Cody now.
Illa says, what about a clown on top of a cliff? Pickle's like, I'm scared of open water.
Like the ocean?
It's so deep. Things are in it. Walter says Cody would. Illa's like, oh my God, Vin, I'm so sorry a tree did that to you.
McKenna was scared of the swimming pool because she thought there were sharks in
it. Ayla's like, oh, gee, Vin, I'm so sorry. A tree did that to you. Vinegar's like, by the way, Ayla, the fact that you heard that joke, delete the made about trees means delete that's terrible at whispering. She couldn't make it in the line of work as a spy, LOL. Vindicator, haven't you ever been in here when we've made fun of my voice and how it carries? Even my whisper, you could probably hear it clear over in the UK, not over the internet.
1 billion views.
Where have you been? Jonathan Martinez is in the chat. Hey, Jonathan Martinez says, hello. Hello! How's it going there, Jonathan? Sophie says, I can't swim. Well, that's probably not a good thing. You should probably learn how to swim.
Yeah, you should swim.
It was like, I'm afraid of dark water. And Pico says, yep, Jaws has scared so many people. So it's like, what is dark water? Jonathan's like,
I think it's just water you can't see the bottom of. Like, or at nighttime swimming.
Jonathan's doing good. That's good to hear, Jonathan, on this Friday night. Glad you're doing good. All right, the answer to that trivia question was Big John Studd. If you guessed Big John Studd, you got it right. That was probably a while back for people, but it was Big John Studd, whoever that guy is. Some guy who's a big, and his name is John, and he thought he was a stud.
Was a stud.
He's from French Canada.
And that's the best Canada.
Supposedly. I don't agree with that technically. They probably don't wear deodorant.
Ew.
It was like, Walter, you can't see through. Water you can't see through, so you don't know what's in it. So the ocean, lakes, rivers, dirty pools. Walter's like, oh, Los and Carlito says 3 backbreakers to Travis.
Oh, no. 3?
Yeah.
I can't kick out.
You can't kick out, and you can't continue. Sophie says Drew versus Sami, a fresh match.
Yeah, it's going to be a squash match.
Squashy, squash. He's trying his hardest. He was thinking of a way that he could win, so we'll see how it goes. At one time he did win. He just stayed on the outside of the ring and just kind of ran around. People got upset. Jonathan says, yeah. Sophie says, I'm guessing Sasha versus Liv will be the wrestling main event of tonight.
Probably.
That's weird. We just talked about that like a second ago and said that. That's so strange.
All right, Sami Zayn.
So weird.
Obviously taken off like a prom dress at a prom. We'll get there.
It's somewhere in there. Those peas are hard.
It's easy for me to say. I got a toothpick, so my peas don't work.
Beagle says, I learned to use my uniform as a floating device. We had a morning tactical exercise and 70 swinging dicks had to jump into the deep end and take our blouses and fill it with water. It was good. The 70 swinging dicks was the best part of it all, right?
It's funny.
With the all-inclusive, whatchamacallit now. They make the women go out there and do that too. It'd be hilarious.
With their swinging dicks. Sophie says, what are your thoughts about Roman being on both brands for a while? As he should. He is the champion of both. No problem with it.
He should have to. That's his job right now. And he's not going to be spending time with his family doing it. Oh, because SmackDown and Raw aren't always in the same cities. So, fuck him.
Whoa.
You better be careful. That's a lot of travel.
Belly to
lot
belly.
Of stress on your body. So I'm surprised they even allowed it to happen, technically. Just because of
all right, another belly to belly.
Health problems.
Big chop. Sammy's in trouble in this one.
He's in trouble.
He's outmatched. Fidel Castro here cannot keep up with him. Oh.
Zavrico's in the chat.
Hey,
who
thanks
else
for
is
joining
thinking
us.
Roman Reigns is going to do something dramatic with the titles? What do you consider dramatic? I mean, Vindicator says, Ayla, you should go fishing with Travis someday to conquer your fears. Even bring Jordan along to hold your hand and comfort the whole time. It was like, sounds great, Fat Lisa. Ha ha. Sophie's like, at least they have plenty of time to figure out the card for Mania Backlash. Pickle's like, haha, shut up, D.
They probably already got it figured out.
Just a whole bunch of swinging dicks around. It was like, I'll go fishing and boating and stuff, but I won't get in the water. Nope. It was like, I can hardly watch videos or shows about people scuba diving. I get ill. So you weren't a fan of 48 meters or whatever the hell that thing was called. What was that show called?
Yeah, like 48 meters down or something.
48 meters down. Okay. Kenna was like, that's a great show. Jonathan says, I meant to just say yeah. You did say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophie says, until Raw gets a new world championship, Roman will be on both brands. And who knows how they decide how to crown the new Raw champion when that comes.
Yeah, we'll see how that all plays out. If they're going to put these two belts together and then make another one.
After this, I don't even give a crap if I have to read more comments about it. Vindicator's like, what if there is a $1 million floating around in a bag in the ocean? We just let it wash away or dive in after it.
She'd be like, Wilson!
She'll make a TikTok out of it. Sammy's like,
Sami just left.
Leaving.
He's gone. It gets counted out. It's over.
Does he win?
Sami? He loses. He gets counted out.
Oh. Aw, he's just running away. Sophie says, they figure it out, but who knows how many changes and rewrites they will go through from now till Mania Backlash. It was like 47 meters down. I literally was on the verge of a panic attack half the time I could look at the TV. You're like watching it like this.
Then it comes to find out they're like hallucinating, so it's not even real. And you're like, ah.
I've never seen it, so it's good to know.
Oh, that doesn't give it away. You just...
You figure it out as you watch it. You're like, oh my god, this is dumb. You people are stupid. And of course, Drew McIntyre won by a count out, which is even more dumb than him sticking his sword in things. Jonathan says, I don't mean to put a dot with ya. Oh, you didn't mean to put a dot. You didn't mean to leave it as a sentence. Oh, okay. Did I say a dot? I don't remember saying dot. That'd be like Ayla says, Wilson, exclamation point, Wilson, exclamation point, exclamation point. Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Monday for Raw. Bye, Walter. Have a great weekend. Be safe down there. Hopefully you don't get too many more horrible storms. Sophie says there was a guy that looked like Sami Zayn that was in the crowd for Dynamite this week.
Uh-oh.
So you're saying the reincarnation of Fidel Castro was at AEW? That's crazy. Crazy. Here is a trivia question real quick. Who was the first music group to perform at a WrestleMania?
Liberace.
I don't think that would be considered a musical group. The Bee Gees? That's a group. It's more than one human that sings. It says, yeah, haha, it's not about it being real. It's just the dark water not knowing what's looking at you. Yeah, because there's fish looking at your ass. Pico's like, hypothetically, Vin, I would hate to keep all the money in my pockets, and how much of the bills will survive the tumble drying? If it's real, live, normal American money, then it would all survive. Because it's not really made out of, paper. It's made out of, like, a weird cloth kind of paper. Jonathan's like, yeah. Pico says, take care, Walter. And Sophie says, Drew versus Roman, that could have a long feud for SmackDown. For Raw, who knows? Who will he feud with? Ayla's like, I have made fire. Sophie says WWE Evil, hopefully they get a season 2. Vindicator says, nah, just take the whole bag, Pico, and borrow your girlfriend's blow dryer to handle that shit, because it's some good shit. LOL.
Good shit.
It's good shit. Everyday milestones happen. Just, Pico's like, so many bands. So many. There's multitudes of them.
Little sweet.
But it's a music group.
New Kids on the Block.
You already guessed Liberace.
You said it wasn't bad.
Pico's like, now why didn't I think of that?
Liberace was in the first WrestleMania.
Pico, you probably weren't thinking of it because you were so deathly afraid of the ocean that the water was fucking floating around in that you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You weren't thinking, how am I going to keep the money dry once I get it out of the ocean? So he says, with baseball back, who knows how many times SmackDown get moved to FS1 during the season? I don't know. Sophie, probably none, considering you just told us a while ago that all of the baseball games on every Friday night from now until the end of time is going to be on Apple TV.
Well, in the playoffs it won't. So when the playoffs start, it will definitely be moved to FS1.
No.
But that's not until October.
We didn't specify which games. It was all baseball games that were on Friday nights.
And the history of the sport.
On the history of the sport. The history of the sport is going to be on Apple TV. So, yeah. So there you go. Now you have to buy Apple TV.
Not happening.
It was like we don't remember anything. Who's we and why don't we remember stuff? El Chappie?
Chapio.
El Chapo? Why are we talking about El Jefe? We don't talk about El Jefe. Zvirico. Oh, I'm sorry. Zvirico. Try pronouncing LOLs. It's in Shauna, so never gonna get it right. Okay. Zvirico. 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 Or is it Zvi? Zvirico? Or is it Zvirico? Zvi? Is the I pronounced like an I or is it pronounced like an E? So if it's Apple TV Plus and Peacock, both are getting into the baseball season, and football is going to be on Amazon Prime for the next football season.
Just on Thursdays.
All of it, just all of it. Every single football game is just going to be on Amazon Prime. You'll never see it on any other station ever again.
You have turned spaz.
Jonathan Martinez says, is that the guy that behind the camera? Is that the guy behind the camera?
Yeah. It was me on, what night was that? Night 2 of WrestleMania?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I was sitting over there.
Yeah, that's Travis. He's the normal dude.
Somewhat normal.
The normal person who's here. I didn't say you were normal.
The wrestling dude.
Ayla says, we, as in multiple people, remember opposed to forgetting Rock Lobster. Yes, rocking lobsters. The answer to that trivia question was Run DMC. If you guessed Run DMC, you got it correct. Congratulations. Pickle says, what's the priority tier when it comes to Friday night sports? You think curling or X Games would overtake the Smackdown time slot?
Yes.
Yes, technically, I think that curling should.
Not curling, but
X Games. Curling should. Curling should totally take over it. So it was like, where's a Judgment? Luke, Keisha know all about baseball and football. Jonathan Martinez says, yes. Piccolo says, see, I'm rubbing off of Sophie with the trivia questions that really have no substance. Sweet.
Vince McMahon beats the crap out of
the trivial
McAfee.
Questions. Yes, those. The Indicator says, Travis, do you think Cody should be on Raw and SmackDown and heck, even NXT?
No.
He's trying to save this company, you know.
I think he should just be on Raw.
So it says, Thursday Night Football will be on Amazon Prime. It is like Luke Cumboy, Kiss Sounds Cumboy. Pickle's like, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle, the DMC. Ayla says, Fat Lisa, don't rub off Soapy. Gross, you guys.
Old McMahon with a clothesline. I almost forgot WrestleMania happened. It feels like it was so long ago.
What's WrestleMania? I'm just kidding.
Right?
I don't watch this crap, so I have no idea. I forget, so I don't have to remember because it's dumb. Dumb.
They edited the crap out of that stunner. That's classic. It was the biggest botch stunner in the history of the sport, and they edited it to make it look cool. Watch the stunner here.
That's good.
It's actually pretty funny.
Totally funny.
See, look. See? That's
like
awesome. That's how you edit something.
And then falling down, it makes sense. So he says, I think Cody should be a free agent where he could travel across both shows like Roman is doing.
Right. We just don't want him to get stale. We don't want him to be on too much. That's the only problem is you can't keep somebody on TV too long.
So he also says Cody got an interesting contract. He could do that Go Big show on TBS. He would have to. Plus he has a whatchamacallit show.
A reality show?
A reality
there's Lacey.
show with Brandy.
Lacey Evans. Looking fantastic. That's the best she's looked in a while.
Her childhood wasn't filled with dreams. Grew up with strife, adversity.
Is she going to tell us all about it?
And she joined the Marines and became a great person. It's Lacey Evans!
Her mom was a mom at 5.
Yes.
She was taken away from her family.
Women's shelters and campgrounds, huh? Interesting.
She might have some severe daddy issues.
You think? Makes her different. Having all
So
that
she's not
stuff.
going to be the sassy Southern belle?
I'm guessing not. That
She's
she's
gonna
not
be the
going to come
Marine.
back as what she was. Right.
Uber babyface.
But yeah, you sure ain't damn better than me. There you go. So a little bit of talk about Lacey Evans. So it was just kind of a talk.
It's boss time.
Not necessarily she was really there or not. She just kind of gave how her family came to be and stuff. Sounds like Travis said, she's probably not going to come back as the Southern Belle, Lacey Evans, which I really, really enjoyed that character because she was kind of a bitch. But probably going to come back as some weird baby face thing, and I don't know if it'll work for her, but whatever, I guess. Whatever floats their boat. Anyways, Jonathan Martinez says, do you think WrestleMania was good?
Yeah, it was fine. Nothing really wrong with it.
Roberto,
Couple bad matches. That's it.
Yeah. Roberto Lozano's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says, hello, happy Friday night SmackDown. Yes, Sophie says, here comes Lacey. Vindicator says, yes, Lacey, come back quickly. Add some more real flair to this lagging women division. Piccolo says, is film here? I need the Lacey Evans reaction. He was here earlier, but I don't know where he went. Sophie says, is this a gimmick change for Lacey, or is she playing the same character?
It looks way different. So, yes, gimmick change.
As Robbie said, D, what the crap is Lacey chatting about? Sophie says that Cody reality show isn't happening now because that is an AEW thing and people thought him leaving AEW was a storyline for that Roads to the Top. Okay. Ravi says, we get it, what you did as a woman, just get in the ring and fight.
Right.
Jonathan says, never mind. And Ayla says, film, those are some delicious looking armpits. I'd like to motorboat those armpits. There you go. There you go, Piccola. She's pretty, there's film's reaction for you. So, there you go. Piccola, you needed it. Now you fucking have it. There. Now take that with you and enjoy.
You keep that one forever.
Along with the 70s swinging dicks. Just for references. Blythe Evans in the chat saying I'm back. Robin says boss time looking mid tonight. Robin's like, only you need help for real. Kidder says, okay guys, I have to use laser focus on this next match and take notes Travis style back in 20 minutes. Gross, Vindicator. Ew, clean up after yourself, just saying.
He's taking notes.
Sure he is. Sure, he's taking notes. Mm-hmm. Sophie says last time Lacey was on WWE TV before she left, she was in a feud with Charlotte and was in a couple with Ric Flair. Yeah, so we know none of that's going to happen, but that doesn't mean
she was with Peyton Royce.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she couldn't come back as a sassy Southern Belle still and everything like that. But I get why they would. She's been gone for, what has it been? 18 months?
No, she just left in October, didn't she? Or was it October of 20?
I thought it was a year and a half or something.
So if she left in October of 20, then she's been out for a while. I thought she was only out for like 6 months.
No, she's been gone for a while. Sophie says that ALS doesn't pretty need to be filmed. Jonathan says, oh, and Sophie says this chat seems to be more fun without Luker. This is the Rico. Make sure I said it right since I haven't seen their name for a minute. Zvi, or is it Zvi? Zvi Rico says, just out of context, but I think WWE should let Ronda Rousey just be Ronda Rousey, not a babyface or a heel, just a badass who just fights and win, then leave.
Right. I think they should do that with a lot of people. Just let them be. They don't have to be a babyface or a heel.
Ayla's like, we all like Luke here, and Pickle's like, I immediately regret my request. Too bad! It happened! So Sophie's like, what's so funny? And Robbie's like, Vin with his clean socks. Ew. It was like, Vin, you're crazy. Crazy man motorboat those pits in your mind. Phil says, here comes the armpits, boss. Sasha Banks. Phil's like, it's armpits. Woo. I love my women's armpits. Oh, and that is film talking, not Ayla talking for film, by the way.
The Miz and Cody this Monday. Should be interesting.
Sophie says, I thought she left in February of 21. It was before the Thunderdome. Jonathan Martinez says, never mind about me saying never mind. All right, well, I'll never mind your never mind. Robbie's like, Ayla, you sound creepy. Have you read films? Chats, Robbie? Just saying. I think her chat was right on with that. Feels like imitation's the best,
form of flattery.
Yes, the best form of flattery there. Film says Cody Rhodes versus The Miz should be a good match. And Pico says, yay, the real film is here. I'm pretty sure, Piccola, that he would probably agree with Ayla's interpretation of how he felt about Lacey Evans. Just saying. I was like, no, I let you read Phil's chats. Yeah, yay for me, huh? Phil's like, yep, the real Film Nation is here, and I'm happy as ever. Michael's like, Ayla was too spot on. Oh, jeez. It was like, I'm pretty close to the real film, not to mention I can't see Film's chats because he blocked me months ago.
So Liv's not even out there yet?
Yeah.
They're going to give her some mic work. Let's see how she does.
I was like, Liv going to get smashed up.
Notice the purple in the background.
It's kind of purpley, but it's not. Is it purple there?
It's purple
there's
light.
red back there, so there's purplish colored there. What's
I don't see any purple.
bluish colored? Oh, look, she stopped wearing her weird dewdrop things on her face for her teardrops.
Terrible voice. Can't she work it better? That's better.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you change your voice?
Well, no, it's not. It's how she... See, that's better. I'm okay with that.
You know, her voice sounds like Mila Kunis's voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost exactly like when she's talking
and
normal.
she's fine. And Mila Kunis, or whatever her name is, sounds good.
When she talks normal, it does. But when she gets all weird, it sounds terrible. Ayla's like, I wouldn't let him smell my pits, so he blocked me. That's probably what happened. Robbie's like, Liv gonna get smashed up and stuff. He says, I like Triple H, but every person that used to watch NXT can't move on. They relive in the past NXT 1.0. Film's like, yes, Liv Morgan's not wearing long sleeves. Liv Morgan's sexy armpits Liv. Robbie's like, Sasha not feeling Liv at all. So he says, hopefully they have a new partner for Liv once Rhea turns on her this Monday.
Oh, Liv won. Almost had her.
I'm not sure why that matters, but let's throw that out there, guys. Totally. Let's make that a big deal. Goddamn stupid segregation crap. Drives me absolutely bonker butts. Yeah, so we've got Liv and Sasha,
wrestling in the middle of the ring.
They're locking up in the ring. They're about the same size, so it's a pretty good matchup here. Their size abilities.
Yes, absolutely.
Not sure why Sasha's like rubbing her junk in Liv's face, but that happened a little.
That's what you want to do.
I guess.
Anytime you can be around Liv, you want to just rub that junk in there.
I guess. Let's see. Film says Liv Morgan's armpits, and Ayla's like, no, for real. When we filmed outside, he asked me to flash my pits. I called him a burra, so he blocked me. Sophie's like, Jerry the King Lawler is returning to commentary this Monday.
Can't wait.
Why is he coming?
One of the best there is. I don't know.
Why did he come? But why is he came?
Maybe because Cody's there. I don't know.
Phil says, oh yeah, super happy for Lacey Evans. Zverico is laughing. And Sophie says, is it D Fave Girl Liv on TV?
Yes, it is. Liv Morgan getting beat up out there.
Not my favorite.
She's not?
Nope. Not even the least.
Like your favorite to make fun of?
Possibly.
There it is. You just got to twist your belief a little bit and make it true.
Yeah? Is that how you do it? Unfortunately, other people don't take it like that. Other people then really think that I'm some weird, creepy fan like Film is of her armpits. When I'm not a fan at all of anything that she does.
Can you tease her armpits?
I don't even want to look at her armpits or her in that matter. Sophie says Corey Graves is on his honeymoon. Oh, that's why. Robbie says, do you love all the Z-Len? Robbie, I don't actually. You do. Y'all think she's great.
Who is it?
Who?
Liv?
I don't know. A Z-lister. So would that be Liv? Is she a Z-lister?
Yes.
For some reason, Robbie thinks I like these people after I've made fun of her so much and don't like her. And have mentioned how much I don't like her on every single film we ever have of doing anything about her. And all of a sudden, now I'm a big fan. Film says, is Ayla talking about me? Yeah, Film. She's totally talking about you because you blocked her. You're a jerk. Just kidding. And a perv. But, hey.
So much hate.
Just a, armpit perv. It's all right. P-Call says, I think it's easier to tease the wrestlers than just hating on folks. It's good. Sverico says, I used to Liv with that lollipop style. My fave female wrestler is Bliss Twisted.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Ayla says, Delitha likes the Jolly Chunk. And Sophie says, who do you think will be the next AEW star to jump ship to the WWE after Cody?
Major star? It'll probably either be Wardlow or MJF, and possibly both. I don't know when their contracts are up.
Ayla's answering Film saying, yes, Film. And Sophie says next Sunday is Easter. No, it's not.
I would like to see it be Britt Baker, though, to be honest.
Unless you're talking about this. Oh, next Sunday. I guess it's next Sunday would be Easter. I always think when you say next Sunday, I always think it's like this Sunday. Like, it's here, the Sunday.
Right.
The next Sunday that's happening that hasn't happened yet. Film's like, I miss my armpit goddess Bliss. Can't wait to see her on TV soon. Rob says, D, it's okay to like Liv. I don't like her. No matter how many times you tell me, Robbie, I still don't like her. Like, no matter what. It's never going to happen. I don't know why you guys want me to. Just because you guys are in love with her doesn't mean I have to be. It was like we all have a strange quirk, kink. It's cool. Fat Lisa likes dumpster fires. Oh, yeah, I thought it was the 70s swinging dicks, but Ayla, whatever.
Whatever.
Pico's like, I'd like to see the ass boys jump ship.
We are back. Liv Morgan out there with Sasha.
The
Sasha
ass
going
boys
up top.
jumping ship and never returning to anything else.
Sasha's up top. Frog splash. She landed on her feet first. That's weird. 1, 2, and Liv just kicked out.
Somebody says a lot of wrestlers are soft nowadays. If you criticize them, they block you or badmouth you.
Oh, I'm sure. There's a lot of them. I know John Moxley is. Eddie Kingston looked like he was.
They're all just.
Oh, look at this in the back. The hearts and the spades, queens.
Those weird people who think they're.
Should we just call them the queens?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Depending on what kind of queens you're going for.
Up, over, down, and around, and Liv goes for a kick. Sasha's just playing with her at this point. Uh-oh. Liv's just not on her level.
Just trying to be a hill on the gab. Ayla says he likes
One,
those
two.
Don't get me wrong. You can have more than one. Ha ha.
They're just going to keep doing
Sophie
this.
says Easter is April 17th. The Pickle says it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. Phil's like, I don't want to sniff Ayla's armpits. I honestly see her as a friend, not a girlfriend. Oh. So that changes that, huh? That's...
Well, it's true. 1, 2. Liv Morgan lifts her through. Down around. Tie up. Sasha's just too good. Ooh.
The dungeon getting better.
Well, the dungeon's not open anymore.
Easter and says, I don't know what TPU is. A lot of typos. I don't know. I just skipped over a whole bunch of it. Film says, and I hope Liv Morgan doesn't wear any more long sleeves throughout the whole episode of Raw and SmackDown whenever she's drafted. Sophie says, Idaho don't celebrate Easter like normal Americans? Who said we were normal Americans?
Of course they
Robbie's like,
celebrate
Ayla
Easter.
didn't wash her pits. Films like DMD jumping ship to WWE, bro. I will be losing my mind if that happened. Probably in a good way, but not a bad way. I don't think she's ever going to be jumping ship.
What was it?
DMD.
Oh, she could, definitely. Because she'll get
She'd have
offered
to
a
get
shit
rid of
ton
her anchor she's got going on there.
He'll let her go. He's not going to...
Ayla says, nice to know you'll only sniff a girlfriend's pits and not a complete stranger. Right? Ayla's like very more comforting to know that information.
Look at Morgan followed her. Get her with that knee. Sasha must be rusty or something. Liv's been in this way too long.
So much longer than I expected. Like, oh my gosh, like what?
Well, it just means Sasha's not up to par.
They're like, give her a chance. Like, wrestle down to her level, okay?
Whoa! Little superplex. She held on to it. Oh, no! Morgan just beat her. Morgan wins. Morgan wins.
With a fruit roll-up. There you go. Your fruit roll-ups did it. Robbie's like, Morgan, big win. LOL. Sophie's like, wow, Liv won. And Film says, oh, snap, Liv Morgan won. Awesome. Sophie's like, I don't never been there and don't want to. Pico says, strange pits. What, is he a monster?
Yes.
Film says, wow, what a shocker. Sophie, that's really sad that you never want to come to Idaho because it's actually really pretty in Idaho.
Well, of course
There's a
it
lot
is.
of cool places to go to.
Jellystone.
In the outdoors. But you don't seem like an outdoory type of person. You probably are like, ew, animals, gross, kill them all and get them off the face of the earth. And ew, underground volcanoes are dumb. So, you know,
Yeah,
there's
world
that.
famous hot springs. Nobody likes those.
Nobody.
That's where he tears his knee. Oh, you heard it pop. Ouch.
Well, the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. The only incredible option to open the show. Unfortunately, the doctor told me my quad was too strong for the tendon and it was flexing so hard. It ripped the tendon totally off the bone. History proves I will come back bigger, better, and stronger. It's a mindset.
That's the truth. Once you get that big on those types of drugs, your tendons aren't.
They aren't
Your
made
ligaments aren't.
for it. Yeah, they aren't. They don't stretchies for it. They aren't made for that kind of stuff.
Here he comes, the alpha male of our species, Roman Reigns.
Oh, not mine. Maybe other people's. Hello, says Sophie, we don't want you here. Sophie says Rick Boogs will be out for a while. Ayla says in Idaho. Robbie says Ayla, you're not very welcoming. Ayla says Sophie seems like a stare at a wall type person. Medicare says I scored that match a 5-5 perfect 10 visual feast for all the boys. Travis, no losers tonight because we all win.
All the boys in the yard, they're like, it's better than yours. Smackdown did it. They reached all men in every demographic.
Film's like, question mark, Pickle, are you talking about me? Pickle's like, Film, I'm being facetious. So it's like, do you think Roman will hold the championship until next year's Mania? God.
Possibly. I think it'll be around 944 days if he does. If they want to push him that hard as a legend. Because as of right now, he's not in the top, 5, 6 title reigns of all time?
If that's it, then can he just go away after that and never come back? Like, just die or fall off the face of the earth or something?
Well, he would have to keep it another year just to compete in the top 4.
Nobody likes that. Nobody likes him that much. It was like, Vin, that's your response after you needed complete focus for the motorboat. Oh, good. I'm glad they're going back to what happened last Sunday.
Well, they got to do recaps.
So they could
There's
show
15
what
minutes
happened
left.
to
Well,
all the
there's a little
people.
less than 15.
They're
about
like, I
14
have
minutes.
no idea that he won both the belts. That's so crazy. I don't get on social media or anything. Minicare's like, yes, and I'm high class. I only travel on yachts. Well, there you go. Film's like, okay, Picola, smiling.
That's great.
What is it? What's great?
He only travels on yachts.
Who wouldn't only want to travel on yachts? Depending on where you're trying to go, I guess.
Well, if you're in Los Angeles and you want to go to New York, it takes a minute. You have to go through Panama.
Do we even have the right to go through Panama anymore?
Yeah, you can go through Panama.
I thought they were like, you can't go through Panama. Didn't somebody like take it over or something that's like
But
holding
China?
a hostage or something?
No.
I thought that's why they couldn't get a lot of things on the sides or whatever. Why is this film
There
now
was a
you
big
get to
boat
see-
stuck. Wasn't there? Or was
Is
that
that
over
what
in
it
the...
was?
There was a big boat that was stuck in one of the canals.
Maybe that
But it
was
could have been the other one over there by Egypt.
Oh.
The Suez.
Yeah, I don't know. Royce says, film, now you get to see your boy Roman with his. So it's like, who will dethrone Roman first, Gunter or Cody?
It's definitely never going to be Gunter, so going to go with either Cody or nobody on the roster that's there now.
Vindicator says, clean up your gutter influence in mind, though, Ayla. Some 12-year-olds are watching this chat.
Just thinking like 10 years it's going to be Braun Breaker doing this. Same stuff. If Vince is still around.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because Vince is getting older and older, so you don't know how long he's going to keep it. He could sell the company. It's somebody like a Tony Khan type personality might buy it, and the whole company would just be, ugh.
It'd go to shit. Go hell in a handbasket. I'd just get up and walk out. Ayla's like, meh.
It would be a heartbreaking day if Vince ever got rid of the company. That's all I know.
Vindicator's like, Ayla. And Robbie says, I thought this channel was PG-13. This channel is not for children, just so everybody knows.
PG is whatever she makes it that night.
Oh my god, seriously. I have told you not to make it for kids.
I didn't say
because you told me I could just be me. And if I can't be me, then there's no sense in me being here. Ayla says, no, 12-year-old, this, I'm talking about a boat that goes fast.
Not a motorboat, but like a motorboat.
But like a motorboat that goes in the water.
Like a jet boat?
Yeah, like a boat. Like a real boat, people. Don't be gross.
I hate motorboats.
Ayla's like, wow, haha, typos, whatever.
Rowboat.
That sounds about right for you, rowboats. So if it says Braun Breaker will be in NXT for a lot longer since his father got kidnapped on NXT TV this week.
I've seen that. It's classic.
Robbie's like, LOL, whatever D said, LOL. Yeah, that.
That hardcore liberal guy kidnapped his dad.
Sounds like something a liberal would do.
A hardcore liberal.
Kidnap children or adults or people for ransoms. Seems about right. It was like, never, ever, ever has this show been for children.
Truth is.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
The Red
I've never
Sox.
had their breakfast. I don't know if it's
Yankees.
any good. Minicure says, Travis, what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
When I was like a little kid, I caught a bigger one. We caught it with our bare hands though. We were up at Mackey, and there was one trapped in a stream that was going down to the river, and so we tried to corral it with our hands, and I reached in there and grabbed it, and it was big for me when I was a kid, but I don't know. Like as an adult, it was probably like that big, but as a child, it was like that.
It's like a monster, a sea monster. Anyway, so you can teach Ayla how to do it and not let the good ones get away. Robbie says, Ayla with you in the chat. Of course it won't be. Sophie says, it will be interesting to see the reactions of Cody dethroning Roman whenever they do meet on pay-per-view. Ayla's message retracted, and Piccolo says, I heard that sentence out loud and just thinking, yeah, 2.0 is really highbrow stuff over there.
The kidnapping thing just turned me off. I was like, what?
And done. Click.
Right? It was just like,
I changed the channel before I even had to listen to any more of it, because that's just what the fuck. It was like even before I got here. Oh, even before you got here, it was never been for children, huh? That's interesting.
After the trauma, you're going to have to do counseling. Poor.
Yeah, he's going to
Kid.
be very upset. Robbie says, do the Usos deserve the tag titles this time?
Sure. I mean, they got nothing better to do.
I mean, they could have just not had them, but with the injury and stuff that happened, it just, it is what it is, I guess.
Milwaukee. Acknowledge me. It worked. He's still got fans.
Got like 10 minutes left. I should just
8.
get in.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah. Senor Stinky is in the chat. Hey, Senor Stinky.
Senor.
Says, I reckon a few people could come out to challenge Roman and we could see a multi-man match like a Fatal 4-Way or something.
Yeah, maybe.
P. Cole says, don't get me wrong. I enjoy Dexter Lumis psychopath storylines, but that just crosses the line. The whole kidnapping thing, it's just weird.
Isn't it?
And Dexter Lumis, his weirdness with Indy Hartwell is just even more fucking
More
dumb.
Kissing. What's up with all this kissing on TV?
Like, all of a sudden, they're like, we want to make it hardcore. You know what we'll do? We'll make them kiss each other. It's like, can you slobber on the other person without having feelings involved? Film says, here goes the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Yeah, here he goes. I wish he'd go right back where he came from. Sophie says, NXT used to be what AEW is now, the talk of the town. Now, not that many people watch NXT. Film says, acknowledge him. Sverico says, what time is Roman Reigns going to show up? Right
He's on.
now.
Yep. Roman is
Robbie
on.
says, NXT is bad.
About 7 minutes. Oh, he might just retire here.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
He said he's done it all.
He's like, I have nothing
Forfeit
else to
the belts,
do.
Roman.
Nothing else, so I don't have to do
Go away.
anything.
Go to Hollywood for a while.
Go to Hollywood for a while.
He said there's more left for the bloodline to achieve. You find him?
He was right at the door. He was like, I'm ready to not be in there anymore.
Hey, buddy.
How dare you guys keep me locked up in a horrible thing of horribleness.
Hey, buddy. He's like, I'm just leaving. I don't like either one of you. He done rejected me.
This is
Oh,
why
they
you
want the
couldn't
SmackDown
stand
title, or they want the Raw titles.
These stinker butts. Oh, stop that. You wacko. So he says they are planning to have Roman as a crossover star like both The Rock and Cena.
They're going to do it with the Usos here, too. They're saying it right now.
Zavrico says Roman Reigns is going nowhere. Yeah? You don't think he's going to retire?
They got to get both title belts. Maybe even the NXT title belts. Maybe Roman needs to go wrestle Braun Breaker. Just get all the belts.
Right.
See, unify the tag team championships as well.
Ravi says, I was hoping Roman would fight tonight, but no, that will be against his policy. Vindicator says, unify all titles in the brand splits. Here, hold on to his squiggliness.
Hey, buddy. What you doing? You look like a snake.
I hate all of you. Hey, you stop that. What are you doing, sir?
Hey. What you doing, big guy? Oh, where are you going? Not doing any twisty moves. Shinsuke Nakamura.
He's gonna come out and say hi, huh? He's like, well...
He's been a champion.
He has been a champion. Ravi says Nakamura. Film says Shinsuke Nakamura coming out. And Ravi's like, yo, kick Roman's ass. So he says ending of the brand split, or what's the point of unifying all these championships? Google says, well, this is different. Film's like, do we get a new challenger?
Yeah, Nakamura.
Vindicator says, does this real star of the show, Mr. Kitty McBossman, have an official authentic name yet?
Not yet.
Not
We've
yet.
played around with a couple.
Yeah, we played around with a couple, but we haven't figured it out yet. Sophie says Roman versus Shinsuke.
Ooh.
They do have some history. They do.
You're slippery.
They have some history.
Mr. Biggles. I'm kidding. We're going to take over the wrestling world.
He's like, no, no, no. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle.
It's like a sacrifice. How do you sacrifice? Hey, can you hold still?
No, I told you. You're a little stinker.
You don't have to say nothing. He can't say anything anyways. He speaks a different language. Now he wants to be part of the bloodline. Boogs!
People is like, ha 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 ha.
He gets it.
Mm-hmm. feels like freaking laser beams on freaking manatees. Yes. Exactly.
That's the pace of love, man. He's gonna hug him. Aww.
He's like, don't touch me. Not touchy. Not touchy.
He needs that bloodline love. Which could also be AIDS.
Oh, and
Oh!
got kicked in the face for it.
Double thrust kick.
What's going on up there? Don't you want to watch it?
Nakamura
Like, oh, what?
might have broke a molar there.
Oh, is he going to be out now, too? They're like, make sure. Little wiggle butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
That looks like that
Wiggle,
could be
wiggle,
it. Nah, there's still a
wiggle,
couple minutes
wiggle,
left.
Wiggle, wiggle.
There's still more time left.
I don't know. They probably will just talk a lot of weird. Admiral Martha's like, I'm out of here.
Off like a prom dress.
Mm-hmm. Zack Nakamura got squashed. Yeah. Egypt is in the cat. Hey, Egypt says hi.
Hey, Jep.
The film says, I love your cat. Thanks.
Yeah, he's
a
very
little bit
antsy.
He's a very little antsy.
I have to go let him play with the dogs for a minute. Get his energy out.
Right.
And broken.
He's like, I do not want to be held down. Do not hold me down. I am not a held down kind of person. Anyways, I guess the connection got lost. So I guess nothing else happens, maybe. Anyways, Luna's like,
After
"See
the
you
double thrust
Monday."
kicks. Yeah, nothing exciting's going to happen. They're just wasting that last 2 minutes. Now 1 minute.
Nothing to be exciting.
Just a bunch of belts up in the air.
Just a bunch of dorks out there being dumb. And Shinsuke writhing on the floor in anger and pain.
Well, Shinsuke got knocked out. He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, he did. Gothflesh is like, pow, right in the face. It's called pow, right in the kisser. Pow, right in the kisser. Pow, right in the kisser. Yes, that's very exciting, isn't it? Look at that.
Boom.
Mesmerizing. It's moving. Mm-hmm.
That'll put me to sleep.
More like, get him all amped up.
Well, he needs to be amped up for about the next 2 hours.
He does. But I don't want him amped
All
up
right,
while
well,
we're
that's
doing this. Vinegar says, well, 14 good minutes to a 2-hour show tonight, but I'll still be interested to see what type of train wrecks they will show up on Raw. Take care of Mr. Katie. We'll see you all next week. Thanks, Finn. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there. Film says Misty and Travis, who will win our dinner match. Rhea Ripley or Nikki Bella. Choose Rhea. Heidi says, headed to Sleepsville now. Next exit. Robbie says Roman is a twat. He can't fight. If he's so bad, he would fight instead of hide his ass behind the two goons and the bald guy in the bank manager's suit. It was like night, y'all. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching Smackdown with us tonight. We really appreciate each and every one of you. If you're still in the chat, you know, you can always say hi. Please give us a thumbs up. If you're just kind of lurking in the background and found us, please give us a subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. Again, we are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we will see you again on Monday for Raw. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a great weekend. Mitzi says bye. Roberto says good luck getting all the good gold Usos, and Piccolo says have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for the stream, y'all. Robbie says SmackDown was fraudulent tonight. Film says bye, Misty and Travis. Big hugs, big heart. God bless America. God bless WWE Women's Armpits. Peace out.
Peace. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.